This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No. Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Monday, everybody. Good weekends across the board.
Great weekend.
Great.
Yeah.
Shout out to
got
your
some
hometown.
Shout out to Chicago and shout out to the Browns.
Hey, man.
Wait a minute. Wait
It was
a
one of the
minute.
best weekends.
What? Me and
all
Al are just sharing our love.
Yes, and I appreciate that. Shout out Browns and Bears. Okay.
They
my
both won.
husband, yes, my husband texted Al to congratulate him on a Browns win.
As did I.
Yes.
He sent back
As
a
did I.
video that must have been 2.5 minutes long. It went from it talked about stats. It talked about the win. It talked about putting somebody in their place because they're a cheater or their brother's a cheater and that's the only way that they can win because they know how to cheat. It talked about belting. It talked about I was like, Anthony showed it to me and I'm like, is he still talking? Like, I have literally gone outside, walked the dog, came back, and he is still on this video.
Wearing a
celebrating
giant gold
this
chain,
win.
holding a neon
Oh,
brown sign. And I was like, who's filming this? Who did he make film this?
Star filmed it.
I know.
Yes.
Embarrassing.
Shout out.
Oh my
So-
God,
Yeah.
that was the
We got off
funniest
track,
thing.
but
Wow.
we got off track, but I got the video as well.
Yeah,
Congrats, buddy. It was a
I'll
good
let
one.
him. I'll cut some of it and send it.
Maybe we can get a photo for the end of the show. All right, welcome to DBL. It's the video that took the internet and the world by storm. We're not talking about Al's video over the weekend.
Mine was second.
Check this out. Following her concert in Argentina, Taylor Swift runs off stage and into Travis Kelce's arms, and the two kissed. Ooh, but for true fans, it was a moment earlier in the show that officially kicked off their relationship. Taylor changed the lyrics to her song Karma, singing Karma is the guy. Listen.
Karma is the guy on the trees.
Oh, the guy in the cheese coming straight home to you, and you can see Travis' reaction with his silly grin, and he was forced to watch the show with Taylor's dad, who was tapping him on the shoulder and clapping in support. I might have threw forced in there. There was also this moment when Travis blew a kiss to Taylor. Lots of fans love seeing Travis dancing and jamming out at the concert of Taylor's music. Al, are you supportive of their love?
Look,
Yes.
I mean, supportive in that I want everybody to find their person. Absolutely. Do I think this is a little much? Absolutely. Do I think this is setting people up for a false narrative about what a relationship really is? Which is, I hate to use the word work, but it's like almost like inner work, like realizing that there are things going on with you, Tori, and things going on with me that make me a very imperfect person. And there's going to be a period where I love Erica, but she might be in a rut for 6 weeks. And how are we going to get through that, or maybe longer? I think the hard part is the part that's never talked about, and the part of you running off, hugging your man after you get off a pop star stage is setting people up to run right into an emotional brick wall. I just don't think it's realistic, and I think it's kind of strange. I think it's weird. It's a weird thing to see.
Anyone want to support Taylor in this?
That was support.
Yeah.
That was tough black dad love.
That was tough love, yeah.
Well, as a product of tough
Yes.
black dad love, I will say I love to see people in a season of love, and I think that's what we're seeing. Now, do I think that he should be tapped as the ultimate boyfriend model? I don't know if we've seen or known enough to be like he's the ultimate boyfriend. Now, if it were 2 years down the line.
That sounds like a show Nikki Glazer would host.
the
ultimate boyfriend.
As opposed to
The other one.
The Island.
The Island show.
Yeah, that's a great show too. Yeah, I think when you go through seasons with people, then you can really see if this is going to be something that is going to stand the test of time. You can't possibly know that this early, but I am not taking anything away from this love story. You know, great for them.
Yeah. I think what
Everyone loves the first 3 weeks. What were you saying?
I think
True.
that they're, first of all, yeah, they're in their honeymoon season, but also they're not normal people. These are like giant people, and I think their temperament works really well together. I think they enjoy the public, and she's dated men before that haven't. And to be honest, it's sort of turning out to be like one of her songs, and people are miserable, and we need some love and happiness.
But I don't know if this is the way to go, Tor.
I do. It's certainly bringing us a lot of joy. All the Swifties wanted to see her run off into someone's arms. That's in half of her songs. No one's enjoying you know what I mean? So to me, it's a really happy thing to see in a world in which there aren't such happy things.
Of course. And look, no one wants people to be unhappy. Of course, we want them to do well. I want everybody to do well. But I don't think that's realistic.
I think they're a good fit. I think they're a really, really good fit.
But that mentality is the reason that we have a 51% divorce rate, but probably an 81% unhappiness rate in a marriage, because people want these things that they've been told that they can have, but I don't know if they've been told how to look for them, how to look for a partner that's good for them. Not always just the hot guy that plays football or the hot girl that can sing. I think there's a lot of different people that might be better for you, but you've been told this is the person you should go for.
Yes, but I don't think everyone's taking it so literal. You know, maybe they're just looking for...
Have you been following this?
I hadn't, well, I mean, as much as you have.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think that maybe they're referring to, you know, the great love in their life, or the exciting love in their life, or
the romantic
something
love
that came, you know. Clearly, Taylor isn't someone, and she said this in the past, who people are going out of their way to try to date, because she probably is a very intimidating person to try to like go after. And this was a man who shot his shot, and he was persistent about it, and he seemingly is enjoying being with her. And so maybe there's someone who's going to shoot their shot and is going to give you that type of, you know, feeling yourself. I think that's what people are looking for, not necessarily their Travis.
I think you should figure yourself out. You figure yourself out and you live your life, and you will meet the person that you're supposed to meet.
Maybe she
Once you
maybe.
figure out what your passion is, I'm not saying Taylor Swift, I'm saying in general. If you figure out, if you're like, oh, I'm going to be a sculptor, and you start going to those kinds of things, and you start hanging out in that community, and you start figuring out the little nuances and going to figure out where to get the best clay, you will run into a person that runs a similar lifestyle to you, rather than looking for the hot guy all the time.
It's not the hot guy, but there are a lot of people that I know personally, and a lot of people out there, they have their stuff together, they know who they are, they're successful, there's a million different things going on, and they aren't finding their person.
Because there's a lack of quality partners,
Do you know who has all those qualities and seems very happy in his relationship?
Jeff Schroeder?
Well, that too. But Leonardo DiCaprio, we're like brothers. He's 49, and he held a star-studded bash in Beverly Hills over the weekend. The guest list included just a few. Beyonce and Jay-Z, Lady Gaga, Snoop Dogg, Leo's bestie, Tobey Maguire, many more. According to People magazine, Leo and his 25-year-old model girlfriend, Vittoria Soretti, were packing on the PDA all night. Video obtained by TMZ showed Leo inside the party being carried around on someone's shoulders like Rudy. Apparently he was rapping as well, but there was some drama outside the party. This is embarrassing. His 25-year-old ex, Victoria Lamas, was reportedly denied entry. Access denied. And imagine dating someone back to back, Victoria and then Victoria. Did you just call me Victoria? What?
I said Victoria.
Yeah, I said Victoria.
You can
Slip of the tongue
I
there.
food my mouth. Honestly, this is the most embarrassing story we have ever covered on this.
Why?
To show up at your ex's party,
Wow, it
and
is
get
pretty
the
bad.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air stiff arm, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that just tells me, Tori, that you don't have one real friend. Because your real friend would be like, no, we're going bowling tonight.
Maybe there's
I'm not
more to the
letting you go
story.
that.
Maybe she thought
She was there. What do you mean?
Maybe she thought she would be invited. I don't know. You really think she just went to the party?
That's
and was
what
like,
25-year-olds do. I mean,
It's so
Leonardo
bad.
So
DiCaprio.
bad.
It's so bad.
Bless his heart.
There's no room in the door. Leave.
He has met more 25-year-olds with old souls than anyone in the history of this planet, okay? But this is what 25-year-olds do. Yes. They show up to things like that because it's still not weird to do things like that. We're looking at it from like the lens of a 40-year-old. Would I ever go to an ex's party? Probably, period.
At 25?
Uninvited? Definitely not.
Your frontal lobe is completely formed at 25. You should know not to do that.
Oh, come on, Al. How many silly butt things did you do at 25?
Nothing. 24 hours messing up. At 25, I figured it out. Don't go to your
job,
ex's
Al.
party. It's so embarrassing.
Coming up on DBL, you know her as Meredith from The Office. We're talking with Kate Flannery all about her Christmas tour with Jane Lynch. And Joey Fatone normalizes men getting cosmetic work done. We're going to talk about it next.
So
It's just the graphic. Like you're forced to work with what you got.
So Leonardo DiCaprio always has a 25-year-old girlfriend, and I think that this is a reflection of that. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying that, yes, somebody's going to show up at your party. Now, if he was with someone who was also 49, the likelihood of that happening is slim to none unless there was something very seriously wrong.
Yeah, but here's what I think. I think, imagine the lifestyle that she lived when she was with Leo. Okay, like hanging out with Jay-Z, Beyonce, yachts, whatever it is, and then you're no longer that person. So that lifestyle, you're like,
Right.
Can I come in? Are we still friends?
But she also,
You know what I mean?
She's also like, her parents are famous.
Lorenzo Lamas, not like that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying she's grown up in that, like, you know.
Yeah, but I think this is another level. Like,
Sure.
who's on the phone? Oh, it's
Sure.
Jay-Z. Hang on.
Wait, hold
What
on. I
up,
wanna hear from
Jay?
you guys.
You know?
So let's say they do let her in the party. Then what? Your
I don't know.
ex-girlfriend's
It's
walking
super
around
weird.
your party
It's
and like
super
You know what?
weird.
She would have made a scene and slept with one of his friends. She would have slept with Tobey Maguire.
maybe.
Toby Maguire.
I was thinking that, Tori, like, what if she did go in? It'd be worse, because now he's in there drunk
I
with
think
his...
we don't know the full story.
I'm just talking about any human being.
Yeah.
You're fresh off a breakup, and now you're at their party.
There's
with,
nothing lower.
with their new partner that has your
The
same name.
It's not good. It's very bad.
It's so bad.
Welcome back to DBL. Joey Fatone from NSYNC is opening up about getting some cosmetic work done. Joey has recently admitted to getting hair plugs because he was sick of using a spray to fill his bald spot. Now he's promoting a fat removal procedure called Air Sculpt to remove fat from his chin. I wanted to look at that. Wow, that looks great. He also used it around his stomach as well. He told People magazine a lot of men are embarrassed about getting work done, but Joey said he was never afraid to tell people because who cares? That's a quote.
Yeah.
I agree. Joey Fatone looks like more men in America than
sure.
the men that you see on the cover of Men's Health. So I'm glad that he's being transparent about it. Like, I'm sure there are a lot of guys who are going to be like, hey, I didn't know that was even a possibility for me. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you always say to me, if there's a vacuum, that's the industry. No one has really gone deep into the male version of what we go on and on about the Botox and this. I mean, he could be the face of really discussing men talking more about that, and I think it's fantastic.
I thought you were going to say disgusting.
I thought that was
No,
what he said.
Wow,
disgusting.
of disgusting humans.
I mean, even the phrase "men do it too" is like a really easy way to open up the discussion, just talk about it, that I think is not easy for a lot of men to do.
He's great too because he's always been open.
He's so
if you ever watch my
relatable,
interviews,
yeah.
or he calls himself the fat one instead of Fatone.
Right.
So like he's always open. He's always joking around about things like that. And I think when you bring humor to the situation, it makes it easier to talk about.
Well, let's talk about what this really is about.
What?
That NSYNC is going on tour.
Is that what it's about? I didn't go that far, but I can see it.
Oh, for sure.
Well,
Why do you think they all
yeah.
came out together that last?
He's getting ready
Because
to
of the
go on
Trolls
tour.
Yeah, but they're also all going on a tour.
I never
I know.
put that together.
I predicted that last month, but nobody
Well,
cares.
let me ask you this before we get to the NSYNC tour. What do you guys think about the idea of, because we do stories of, should this female celebrity talk about losing weight through Ozempic, or should she talk to her audience about having work done and letting them know? Are we going to start seeing articles where other male movie stars need to address whether they've used HGH or steroids? Because there's some questions.
Any questions about people on the red carpet? What are you wearing? What underwear are you wearing? What shape are you wearing? People say on the red carpet, like Kate Blanchett said, I'm sorry, but are you asking the same about the men? Are you doing the same? They even went up with the camera all up, and she looked down and caught the camera and said, are you going up the pant legs of every other man? So all these discussions we have about women should be easily now turned to men, because it is a much more open discussion, and hopefully Joey Fatone is the bridge.
Well, it takes the man to be open about that discussion.
Absolutely.
And I'm curious to see which celebrities are going to shut that down and which are going to speak like Joey did.
Yeah, I just watched Sly, which is another great documentary, and he's 78 and he's jacked.
Right.
So
is he jacked? Something's happening. Okay.
Something's happening there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But it was a great doc. We'll be right back.
time that Mom got drunk and passed out on the bathroom floor.
Welcome back. If you're tired of the same old holiday classics this season, you can catch Kate Flannery on the swingin' little Christmas tour with Jane Lynch. Earlier, we caught up with Kate to talk all about the tour and the actors' strike ending. Take a look.
Please welcome back to the show. We love her, Kate Flannery.
Yes. Hi, Merry Christmas. It's never too early to wish people Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, he's already decorated, Kate. His whole house
Tree's
decorated.
Up. Tree is up, for sure, so Merry Christmas.
Frankly, it's already happening in all the drugstores anyway.
Exactly. Exactly. For like weeks now. Well, Kate, you're actually the first actor we've talked to since the SAG-AFTRA strike ended last night. So you've been on the picket line for months. Are you happy with the resolution?
I am. I mean, there's so many people affected that you don't, I mean, so many businesses, so many below the line guys and crew members that, you know, I don't know how they've been surviving, but I'm so glad that we made it. I literally saw a movie scout down the street when I went to get coffee, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're already here. First thing the next day. I love it.
Nice.
Back to business. Back to business.
Great news, great news. So, Kate, you and Jane look like you're having a blast doing this tour. Is it hard to keep a straight face performing with her? Because it reminds me of like those old school vibes. I just get old school vibes from it, and I love it.
Absolutely. We are. This is an experience. There's a lot of chemistry, and it's fantastic. I mean, Jane is sort of like the nun cracking me on the knuckles, and I'm sort of like the sheepdog knocking everything over. We have a great time. The music is really fun. It's just a great way to start the holiday season. Really, it's, you can sing along. Nobody's going to fault you. It's songs that you know, and a few songs that you don't, but you feel like you know, because they have that old early 60s Christmas jazz vibe that I grew up with and Jane grew up with. And if you didn't grow up with, you need to grow up with it right now. Get on with it.
So is there a song that you both love doing the most if you were to give the audience one?
One of my favorites is when we do a version of "Far from the Home I Love," which is not typically a Christmas song, or a holiday song, but we make it our own. It's just really, really fun. Everything we're doing is like at breakneck speed, and it's all from our album, A Swinging Little Christmas, which I just happen to have here. It's on vinyl. It's also CD. It's on. You can just get the MP3s. It's on all the holiday channels coming up on the radio and. So you'll be able to find it. I promise. Amazon, whatever, iTunes, wherever you get your music.
All of it, right?
I think you nailed it. I think this has to be on vinyl. If we're gonna do Christmas right at the house, it needs to be on vinyl. Right? It needs to smell like Christmas in there. Trees.
Ooh, show us, yes. Ooh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Tell us. Jeff's already got his decorations up. What is Christmas like? What are the holidays like at your house?
Well, I'm one of 7 kids, so there was so much anticipation, so much excitement, so much naughty and then nice. You had to stay in line. Santa's watching. He's watching all the time. All the time. Yes. And, I always felt like our house turned into like the holiday. We used to have a Christmas show every year with the kids, and, we'd hold everybody hostage and make sure that they watched our stuff.
That's great.
I'm this Christmas person. I'm just like literally living out my childhood right now.
I was going to say, look at you now.
Yeah.
It works.
What a dream come true. So a few years ago, the platform Cameo exploded in popularity. It lets people order custom video messages from celebrities, and you're one of the most successful artists on Cameo. Why do you think that is? First of all, you're delightful, but what it is that so many people want shout outs from you?
Well, I think The Office really resonates with a lot of people, and I can't tell you, comedy is such a healing force. I love when someone expresses to me that they've been going through a hard time and that The Office helped. I'm not Michael Scott. I'm not Steve Carell, but I represent, and I will show up, and I'm just not afraid to celebrate people, whatever they're going through. We can all. I mean, laughter really is medicine.
Yep.
Yeah. And so I'm so honored to represent The Office, a show that feel like it's even bigger now than when we first shot. I mean, it's crazy. It is.
It healed me a lot of times. It's just comfort.
It is.
It's just comfort.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good to laugh. It's great to laugh.
It is. Laughter is the best medicine, as you said. Thank you so much for kicking off the holiday season with us today, Kate. DBL Nation, see Kate and Jane on the Swingin' Little Christmas Tour this holiday season. You can get your tickets at janelynchofficial.com.
Yes.
Also, check out their album. Hold it up. Yep. A Swingin' Little
vinyl.
Christmas streaming now. There it is. Thanks again, Kate. And as we had to break, here is another song from Jane and Kate's tour. Thank you.
Thanks, Kate.
We're having a Christmas party with some grunge and good come. We're taking the chance to get together for some holiday fun. And somebody's rocking the drum and swinging his ba-rum-ba-bum-bum. A swinging little Christmas time.
This November, Sandals is giving thanks with an all-inclusive vacation giveaway to Sandals Resorts. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2 to any Sandals resort of your choice. The winner will be announced on DBL November 22nd. Today's Sandals word of the day is whale.
Welcome back. If you plan on remodeling a bathroom in your house, we've got some things to consider before you start. We're talking about in today's tips, sponsored by Jacuzzi. Consider the size of your vanity. Al?
Yeah.
Some will take up more space, but leave you little counter space when you add a sink. And think about having more than one way to air out the room. Having both vents and windows will help avoid mildew and mold. If you want to start your remodel, Jacuzzi can help you do it the right way with the spa-like experience. Jacuzzi offers an unmatched, stress-free remodeling process. Visit JacuzziBathRemodel.com or call 800-990-6834. Al, you got a problem with your vanity?
Counter space. Struggling with it.
You got to move. We'll see you tomorrow.